Hafizul Quran. That was my aim. And I said, okay, fine. I should learn Arabic as a language. Now I'm already, no, I cannot go back to institute now. So I went to Makkah, and one of the Lugha department teacher, Maulana Nadwi, I spent 1 month with him, learned a little bit. Then I said, I want to learn under the best teacher in the world. Then when I did my research, I came to know the best teacher to teach Arabic to a non-Arab was Dr. Abdur Rahim, who was the head of the Lugha department of Islamic University of Medina. I did not know him. So in 1997, I went to meet him. People told, impossible. He's so popular. He teaches PhD student. Why will he give you time? Head of the department of Medina University. I said, what's the harm in trying? So I took an appointment and I went to meet him. And I said, I'm so-and-so person, I'm inspired by these. I'm listening. He said, people told me you are the best teacher. So can you give some time? Is it possible? So he smiled. He said, Dr. Zakir, do you know you gave a lecture in Medina a few months back? I said, yes. I was sitting on the first row. I said, really? I do not know. And I'm impressed with your talk. What do you want? I said, I want you to give me a few hours a day. And I want you to tell me how much time will I take. He said, according to me, you give me 5 months, I will give you 5 hours a day. 5 hours a day, 1-to-1. I was like, Hada min fadli Rabbi. The best teacher in the world. The best scholar. And when I sat with him, he was an ocean of knowledge. He knew more than 17, 18 languages. German. And so I went to Medina. And I said I will stay there for 5-6 months. And immediately after Dhuhr, after lunch, up to Maghrib time. It was about 5.5 hours, minus the time of Asr time, in between half an hour. 5 hours every day. But I had my nature of asking questions. So more than learning, I had to ask him questions. And because in my field of dawah, I had been to so many anti-Islamic sites. There are grammatical errors in the Quran. And this person was a true scholar. Originally Indian, from Chennai. Then did his master's of PhD in Al-Azhar. Then started the Lugha department in Medina University. And his knowledge was par excellence. I learned many things from him. So instead of learning Arabic, I was more interested, do this, do that. What is this? This person, 30 grammatical errors. And he used to tell me how to answer. I thought, okay, 6 months are there. Let me finish in the first 2-3 weeks about my question. Then there is time for me. He had 3 books. Book 1, book 2, book 3. I learned a lot. And from him I learned. He used to tell me that I am a Muslim. I am not Hanafi. I am not Shafi. I am not Hanbali. I am not Maliki. I am not Salafi. I am a Muslim. Allah says in the Quran, Qala innani minal muslimin. And that stuck to my mind. He told Allah never says in the Quran, you are a Hanafi, you are a Shafi, you are a Hanbali, you are a Maliki, you are a Salafi. And he used to laugh. And the command he had. He was my first official teacher. There were other teachers of Deen. And whatever I learned from him became as though I wouldn't have gained even if I had done PhD. Because that became my weapon. That became, power for me. Because when I spoke with other scholars, when I gave they didn't know. They were scholars of tafsir, of hadith, but they didn't know Lugha. I spoke with Arabs, they did not know the answer. And what he told me, being an original Indian, because he was an expert. Allah says in the Quran, فَاسْأَلُوا أَهْلِ الذِّكْرِ إِن كُنتُمْ لَا تَعْلَمُونَ. If you don't know, ask the person who knows. Surah Nahl chapter 16 verse 43 and Surah Anbiya chapter number 21 verse number 7. So he was an ocean of wealth. Then I met my second grade teacher, that is Sheikh Dr. Ziya Rahman Azmi, who was also an Indian. Dr. Abdur used to stay with him on the ground floor. He used to stay on the first floor. And being an Indian, even he knew me. So I told Sheikh Ziaur Rahman Azmin, he was the head of the Medina University, Dean of the Hadith department. Now to speak on Abdur, I can speak for 2 hours. To speak about Sheikh Ziaur Rahman Azmin, he was a scholar of Hadith, I can speak for hours together. To cut it short, he agreed to give me 4 hours twice a week. And my basic of Hadith was with Dr. Ziaur Rahman Azmi. He was Hindu, he was a Brahmin, became Dean, and then he compiled the Jami Kamil. Jami Kamil is one of the unique work. All the Sahih Hadith are together. I can speak an hour on Jami Kamil. Just to cut it short, there is no compilation of all the Hadith together. Sahih Bukhari, Sahih, but all Hadith aren't there. What he did, because I had to question him, Doctor, we talk about Quran Hadith, where is the Hadith? Okay, Albani did Sahih Bukhari Muslim, Sahih Abu Dawud, Sahih Nasai, Sahih Tirmidhi, but all the Hadith are not there. He said yes. So he couldn't answer to me. But after he retired, his mission became to compile all the Sahih Hadith, and mashallah, all my support and du'as were there. And he was able to complete in about 18 to 20 years. He compiled all the Sahih Hadith and removed the duplicate, 16,546 Hadith. Then we have a summarized version. We are doing the translation. Inshallah, the English version would be completed in a couple of months, and the print would be out by the end of this year. Time doesn't permit me to speak about that, but my